Hey guys, what's going on? It's BradPhusion here, and today I'm playing some more Space Engineers, and today I'm showing you guys the progress I've made on my large battleship, as well as a prototype of something else I'm working on, and a little surprise for you guys that I might release in a few days' time if I actually get it working alright. So, the big ship, first up, you might see there's engines on top, and they shouldn't really be there. I just put them there so I could test out flying on. Oh yeah, you might notice I have a new skybox as well. I thought you guys might appreciate me, making everything look a little bit different, and I really like this one. This is the Milky Way skybox. If I can find where I downloaded it from, because it's been in my downloads folder for a while now, I'll put it in the description down below. But anyways, moving on to the bigger ship. Now, you may notice there's engines on the back. I've extended it out a little bit. So where I left off, I think it was the cockpit was around about the front of the ship, so I've put it out this far, about, that far. And I've thrown on an engine room at the back. So you guys saw the medical bay, and now I've extended it out to this little engine room here where you can repair all the engines if you ever get under attack. Now there's two ways you can get to the engine room. One is straight from the pilot's bay, so you're in here. You can just go straight through here to the engine bay, or if someone's on the bridge and they need to get to the engine bay, they can also do that as well from running down here. They can simply run down this door, down the stairs, and here. Pretty simple stuff. Now I'm yet to add the ladder to go downstairs. I've really been meaning to do that, but I haven't gotten around to it yet, so that might come eventually. So like the easiest place for me to put it would be just about over here somewhere. So I could maybe picture it about here-ish? Where does this lead me? Not all the way up. Did that just delete the thing? No, that deleted the medical bay. That's definitely not the right spot. I think it did. Whoops. I'll put the medical bay back and I'll position it a little bit further onwards, maybe 2 blocks in, and then come up around about here so Space Engineers can just slide down. My brain's been all over the place today, so if I fumble my lines, which I normally tend to do, I think it's because it's getting hot again, so it affects me quite a bit. So I'll take this ship out for a spin. Actually, I'll show you guys the front, which is something I didn't end up doing. So like I said, X in the front. I'm going to leave it open up like this, so oh, where am I flying? I'm going to leave it open up here so other ships or larger ships can fly in and they can dock in here wherever they want. Now, as you guys can see, I've stopped the drop pods because I limited myself to, I think there's 9 either side now. So this is 18 because I added an extra one. I did continue adding more, but I thought it would be easier to kind of leave this flat ground so you can walk around any ships that are parked here. It's pretty, I thought that was a lot better. And like I said, 2 engines on the front. And I did bring the engines down here further forward and added quite a lot more of them here as well. So this is where a lot of the power usage goes to. I had tried flying this around to see whether or not it was within the power usage limits, and it seems to be, because all my power is all along here. Now this only has 2 dryers, so I'm going to add a few more just for the sake of showing you guys it flying around. So I'll add, oh, there you go. Add a few others and I'll just show you guys this flying around before moving on to the last 2 things I want to show you guys. Oh, what is that? Oh, medical station. Sorry. There we go, we'll leave the medical station behind. Oops. Oh well. As you guys can see, it picks up speed relatively quickly for such a large ship. If you look at how much it weighs, that's 3 million kilograms right there. And already I'm halfway to maximum speed. I still need to add the top section of the ship. It actually looking at it like this, it kind of makes me think of a whale. I don't know why a whale comes to mind. Where's this nice cinematic view? There you guys go. That's amazing right there. Yeah, let me slow down and I'll go back. Now, it does turn rather quickly. Now, I think, did I leave everything locked in? I think everything's fine with me turning around. It turns reasonably okay with the amount of gyros that are in there. Obviously, being such a large ship, I wouldn't want this to turn too quickly with all the drones inside. Speaking of the drones, I have decided a name for them, and that is the Reapers, which one of my friends in the comment section he put there, and I thought, because I think he called them Reaper drones, which I kind of was going with the whole drones thing, so him calling them Reaper drones just fit for me. Sorry about everyone else's whose names didn't get picked. The name for the large ship still is up for grabs if you guys want to name that. I've seen a few good suggestions, I have to admit. I just haven't really picked one that seems to suit A lot of people are still suggesting Hive and other things like that, so we'll stop here. Ooh. Oh, are we getting carried along? Oh, we are too. Wow. Stop, ship, stop! It'll stop eventually. So that was the large ship, at least the progress I've made on it. So I've added engines, an engine bay, and I've extended it out quite a bit. And engines I obviously have been added. So what I'm going to need to do now is I'm going to have to extend it upwards. I might bring it, maybe... No, that seems a bit too tall. I don't know, it might come up to about this height, just so there's enough room up here for people to walk around. And it'll probably smooth out from that, so it'll look like a pretty extended ship. I might add stuff to the side as well, but we'll see about that. So moving on to the second thing, I was messing around with the drones, and I thought it would be kind of cool because an anime that I watched that I really like is Cowboy Bebop, and the main character's ship is a space plane. I'm going to call it a space plane, where its wings can retract when it's landed on the ship. So I kind of wanted to mess around with a ship that kind of had wings that could retract, and this is just a prototype. This isn't anything. I wasn't even going to show this off, but I felt I might as well do it. It has Gatling guns on the other side. Now these can't be used because they're attached to a rotor. So, but I mean, this thing flies alright. I haven't finished it yet. It does have a really slow takeoff because I think I've only got 4 engines on the back. But the functionality of the wings is kind of cool, and I would really want to try and use this more on some other ships as well. So let me put this up to 6.5 and bring this down to about 6.5, and you guys can see these when they come out like that. There you guys go. So that's it with its wings out with the guns on. I thought that looks really kind of cool as well, but I'm yet to finish that off. And last but not least, well, actually it is the last thing, is something I was working on before I started this video, something I was working on for a few hours, trying to see what different things I could do with it, and that is camouflages. Now, heavy armor blocks, which are yet to come out in the game, have their own camos on them anyways, but I figured since right now we only have light armor, I might try and mess around with the textures, which, as you guys can see, there's nothing much here on this ship. But that's because I only changed the red. Now to change them, you have to go through every individual block type and their colors. So it'll be red corner block, blue corner block, yellow corner block. So it was really tiresome. So I only did red for testing. So if I was to put red camo on this, and you guys will see it here, let's just paste it all along here. And that's it with camo. And I have to admit, the camo does look pretty cool. So I'm not gonna put this up on the workshop or anything like that, not until it's finished anyways. But I have a funny feeling when heavy armor blocks come out, this will pretty much be useless anyway. So it was just a little thing I was doing for fun, and I really like the look of it as well. So where are the drones? Because these were already painted red, they already have the camo, and they look kind of cool. The Reaper drones with their own little, you know, red camo. It looks really kind of adorable and awesome. Now, I didn't just do it with smaller blocks, I also did it with larger blocks. So this ship over here, which I tried avoiding throughout the whole video, it has its own camo as well. Now, like I said, I only have done red, so white and black are yet to have their own camo pattern as well. So I've tried different camo patterns, I've tried hex camo patterns, I've tried digital, but they don't seem to scale all too well because as you guys see, like if you guys look at this, actually let me get a large thing here, I'll just show you guys a better example. Ooh, that was close. Let me paint that red, and I will go here and, oh, not that much, okay. So obviously you guys can see there's a recurring pattern here, but that's because of the limitations of the game and the textures, at least the texture size I can use. What's that black line there? Is it just always like that? I think it's always like that. So as you guys can see, it's kind of really stretched out and kind of really big, but when you come to the smaller things here, it squishes it down. So you can imagine having a hex camo all along that and then having it squished down here. It just doesn't look right, and I think on the sides here it stretches it even further. So instead of having normal size hexes, you'd have really stretched hexes, which is why I've kind of gone with this wacky kind of camo, because it doesn't really matter whether it's stretched or squished, because it still looks kind of cool anyway. So that's why I went with that instead, because I thought it, like I said, it looks quite cool. Now, like I said, I haven't changed any of the other colors, so if I go here and paint that. Obviously it's still gonna look normal. There was one other block I did change part of, and I think that is the corners of corner blocks. Where are you? You're white, so you're not going to display. I think it's grey. There you go. So yeah, on the corner of grey blocks, you guys can see that, which is why I think it was on my largest ship. Where are you? You guys could notice it all over the place. And I will paint this ship red to end the video to show you guys what the camo looks like on it. So if you guys look down here, you guys can see parts of it, because I started doing grey, then I thought I might as well just do red instead. So yeah, there you go, there's partial camo done. But I'm going to paint this red to show you guys what it looks like on my massive unnamed battleship. So here we go, red, painting it all red. And I have to admit, because I've done this episode 2 times already, so I've kind of already done this, but it does look really quite cool painted. So I think that's it. I think I still have to do the inside, but apart from that, that should be the basics of it done. So yeah, like I said, it looks really cool with the camo on it. I did realize something as well. The further you fly back from a ship, the hazier it gets. So if you have a black camo one, and I'll show you guys that in a second as well, it blends in really well with the background. But I'll show you guys this ship with the red camo first, and just let you guys see what it looks like on the inside and everything. I think I painted the inside, or at least most of it. Let's get that all done. I think at the back there's not done either. There we go. So yeah, this is the ship with camo all on the inside. It does look, like I said, really cool. Pardon me. And, oh, I didn't paint that. Oh well. You guys get the idea. That's the ship with the camo on. And I'll show you guys what I was talking about with the black camo in a second. And this one here is obviously painted. This is my ship from a few episodes ago. This does look really cool with camo. I did notice that the red on this is a little bit duller than that, and that's just because of the coloring that they use with the orcs. I can change it around. I can obviously make red blue if I felt like it, but I just left it how it is. So there you guys have that camo, and I'll show you guys what I was talking about with the black, because it's really quite an interesting thing. So if I go up here, let me stop flying. Am I stopped yet? Almost stopped. Okay, so I'll go new large ship, and I'll go black for the sake of it. Oh, oops, there we go. Okay. And if I make, I think if I do something like that. Okay. So let me turn my lights off, and I'll fly away from it. And you guys will see this hazing effect start to take over. You guys will see it see, now you can start to see it getting hazier and hazier. And then, there. It's almost practically unnoticeable because of the haze that this game, I think it has something to do with the render distance. It puts a haze on. I don't know why it does that. You guys can see the front of my ship's got haze, but the back of it, sorry, the front doesn't have haze, but the back does. And that's just how the game draws stuff, and I find it extremely weird, but it is really cool that you can almost have practically a visible ship. Now obviously the further away you go, the brighter it gets because of that haze, but if you find that sweet spot, like about there, like you could be looking around and you could almost not notice it at all, but obviously I know where it is, so there's that as well. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.